MK. God flow, found some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pop, bullets don't go in the sky. No skill to beat their eyes, can't get defeated by mind foes. Move like generals, troopers go wherever I go. God flow, found some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pop, bullets don't go in the sky. No skill to beat their eyes, can't get defeated by mind foes. Move like generals, troopers go wherever I go. Whoa, go, oh shit, whoa, oh shit. Niggas know it's lit. Take your hope, that's it. Don't fall for no bitch. No gun, take no shit. Think we might be constipated on the brink, we'll bomb today. Dropping heat like bombs away. Let's make room, I'm trying to stay. Block my path, I'll find a way. Gotta get to it, no time to waste. Double time like I'm delay. Hit my line, I'm on the way. Fuck my day through time today. Plot my moves all kind of ways. Niggas don't think I contemplate. You gon' sink, can't ride the wave. You a little sink, we tired of wave. I ain't amazed by the shit you say. I'm trying to see what hands you play. I ain't trying to play this ain't 2K. No time to play when we out at camp. We going up like we on the ramp. Stuck to the corner, ain't no stamp. Stuck on the corner, we ain't no what. Head to a death ticket in that van. Give me that, don't shake my hand. Boy, I'm a god, no, I ain't no man. Boy, I'm a god, no, I ain't no what. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, shit. Whoa, oh, shit. Loading up the 5.56. Ooh, direct hit, no miss. I know you feel the groove is written all over your neck. Wow, no need to admit. Already know that you ain't on shit. Already know. No, ain't no bitch. Already know. That thing gon' hit. Already know. Already know. The drop like this, hang out the whip. Stay in my lane and I ain't gon' switch. No, God flow. Got some shit to God flow. Learn to slice the pie. Bullets don't go in the sky. No, feel to beat their eyes. Can't get defeated by mind foes. Move like generals. Troopers go wherever I go. God flow. Got some shit to die for. Learn to slice the pie. Bullets don't go in the sky. No, feel to beat their eyes. Can't get defeated by mind foes. Move like generals. Troopers go wherever I go. Whoa, go, oh shit. Whoa, oh shit.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Barakatham. I'm Priest and Officer Commandant, holding it down for the Lashawan Qadash, also holding it down for Las Vegas. Today is the Lashawan Qadash. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. Started out of Salakia. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth. We've been defending the truth, that we've been saying that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So again, this is the Lashawan Qadash. If you ever tuned in, you know that this is the class that's going to set you up for tomorrow's Sabbath service. Every Saturday, right? We hold a Sabbath service, depending on your zone. For California, Southern California, we hold Sabbath service from 10 to 12 at our school in San Bernardino. You can look us up, Google it. So again, this is the class that sets you up. We're going to go over, we read 49 scriptures at the Sabbath service. Right now, we in the book of Genesis, the 35th chapter, and the Salakia. 35 and 19 through 36 and 38. So what I like to do, I like to pick some scriptures and write them down in the Hebrew, and then break it down in the English, translate it, right? And so you could get familiar with the words. So when you attend Sabbath service, you are familiar with what's being read, right? So what is the Lashawan Qadash? The Lashawan Qadash, what we have here is the ancient Hebrew, right? So these are the ancient characters. What you see right here on the very top, those are the ancient characters. And then we have the Assyrian characters, right? And we was to be reading it. If I was to spell it out in the English, this is how it'll be read. Lashawan Qadash, which is the same thing we are reading here. With the Lord, everything is from the right hand to the left, right? The oppressor does everything opposite of the Lord because he hates the Lord, right? So Lashawan Qadash, right? In the Assyrian, even though these characters are very different from the ancient, nonetheless, you still will pronounce it the same. The only thing is in the ancient, you have connectors. So we have these connectors here, which when it looks like a frown, you got to think of a dot, one dot, right? So we have the la and the sha, one dot. When it looks like a smile, you got to think of two dots, right? And these are not like the dots that the oppressor puts on the Hebrew, right? These are not vowels. I'm just trying to make it easier to understand when you have these connectors, right? Meaning that these characters stand alone, right? You pronounce this is the la, that's the sha, that's the wa, that's the na, the qua, the da, and the sha. So when these connectors let you know if these characters are pronounced singularly or they're pronounced like we have here, the wa and the na, if they're pronounced as if they're joined together. So we have la, sha, which the la and the sha are standalone, right? And then we have the wa and the na, which is one, right? You have the wa and the na, right? There was to stand alone, it'll be wana. But when these are joined together, you have, instead of being wana, when they're joined together, the a, right? You just drop the a, and it'll be one. That's the same thing with anything. So right here we have the da. Oh, Salakia. We have the da and the sha. Da. When they stand alone, it'll be, let me do it right here. It'll be dasha, right? The sha. If they were to stand alone, but when they're joined together, you drop the a off, and it'll be dash, right? Dash, right? So let me get this eraser. Shalom to the sister Olivia, to the sister Kalaya. Shalom. I'll answer your question, sis, regarding the gambling. Right. So again, Lashawan Qadash, the same thing. The only thing is in the Assyrian, you would have to know which ones are connectors, right? Lashawan Qadash, which the root word is Lashan. Lashan means tongue, right? And the wa is the doing, right? What the tongue does, it babbles to, make a language. So when we say tongue, meaning a language, Lashawan Qadash, when it's translated into the English, it means holy tongue, right? Qadash is holy. Holy means set apart, right? So this is a language that is set apart unto so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. So with that, we're going to do like we do every Friday. We're going to get we're going to write out the characters and then pronounce the characters. So for the sister Olivia, she had a question real quick. She said, in the truth, can we bet on the fight that's playing tonight? So she's speaking about Mike Tyson versus the devil. I got money on both. They heads. Okay, so regarding betting in the Bible, it calls it casting lots. Casting lots, which is gambling. And there is no law against gambling. So, you could place your bet. Of course, it does become with anything, it does become a sin when you do something and it starts to hurt you, right? Of course, like drinking alcohol is not a sin, but once you overdo it, and you become a drunk, right? And it starts to hurt you. Same thing with eating food. Eating food is not a sin, but once you overdo it, and the Bible calls it gluttony, then it becomes a sin, right? So it's the same thing when gambling. As long as it's not hurting you, hurting your family, then you could place your bet on whoever you want. Okay. Salaka says, midnight in what area? You in the East Coast? So we'll start off with the characters. Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka. La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Hua, Ra, Sha, Parashata. Again, in the Assyrian, A, Ba. Separate this a little. Check, Salakia. Salakia, we had a power went out. Salakia about that. I don't know where I left off. I didn't notice when the power had went out. But again, I'm gonna just pronounce the characters once again. Ba ga da ha wa za ka ta ya ka la ma na sa I pa ta za kwa ra sha tha. Now again, I was going into there's 27 characters in the Assyrian, right? I underlined the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and taza with a blue underline. So the top character is underlined with the blue underline for the reason that this character is only going to be seen in the beginning or middle of a word. And then I'm going to underline the bottom character in the red to identify it as a character. Again, same characters, the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and taza. These characters with the red underline are only seen at the end of a word. Only at the end of a word. That's the only difference with the Assyrian Hebrew. Right? So just to kind of move along, Salakia for the for the water for being patient with me and tuning back in and rocking with me. We're gonna go into Genesis, the 35th chapter, in the 19th verse. This is speaking about the children of Jacob. So we've done a class, but just to recap on the name, the 12 tribes of Israel, we're gonna go into it again because that's what the verse is speaking about. So I'll break down verse. I'm gonna start off at verse 35 and 19. I'm gonna start off at 19. Verse 23. All right, so over here is Genesis 35 and 19 through 36 and 38. We're not gonna do all the verses, of course. I'm gonna just pick some verses that are kind of in the topic. So this is Genesis 35 and verse 23. Let me get something else. Okay, so I'm gonna need this too. All right, so in the Hebrew, Banya, the sons. La'ah, of Leah. The sons of Leah. Bakawar. Firstborn. Yaiqua. Jacob. Jacobs. So we have Rabban. That's Reuben. Reuben. Wa. Shemaiwan. And Simeon. Shemaiwan and Simeon. Wa. Laya. And Levi. Wa. Yahawada. Yah. And Judah. Wa. Yashakar. And Issachar. Wa. Zabalawan. And Zebulon. And Zebulon. So in the I'm gonna read it in the English. Genesis 35 and 23. Let's see. Okay. Genesis 25 and 23. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulon. So in the Hebrew, Banya, that's the sons, La'ah, Leah, Bakawar, Bakawar's firstborn. Right, firstborn, Yaiqua, Jacob's, Rabban, Reuben. Why is a preposition. It means and. Why Shamaiwan and Simeon. Why Laya and Levi. Why Yahawada and Judah. Why and Yashakar, Issachar. Why Zabalawan and Zebulun. Right, these are Jacob's sons that were born of Leah. Let me see something. Next verse. So we're verse. This was 23. Verse 24. Verse 24. Banya, the sons. Again, you should know these words keep coming up. Banya, the sons. Rakal, Ra of Rachel. Yawasa. Joseph. Wa Banyanya. Ban Yam Yan. And Benjamin. And Benjamin. So in the English, Genesis 35 and 24, the sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. So in the Hebrew, Banya, that means sons. Rakah, Rachel, Yawasap, Joseph, Wa, and Bunyanya. So like a Bunyamyan, Benjamin. So we're going to get verse 25. Verse 25. Wa, Banya, and the sons Balaha. Balaha, Bilha of Bilha. Shapakath, Shapakath, that's a handmaid. Handmaid, Rakal. Rachel's Don as Dan. Wa, Napatalia. Na, Patal, and Naphtali. And Naphtali. So verse 25, Genesis 35:25. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. So in the Hebrew, we have a preposition, wa, and, banya, balaha, of Bilhah, shapakath, that's a handmaid, right, is maid servant, handmaid, Rachel, Rachel, Dan is Dan, Wa is and, Naphthalia. So Wa, Naphthalia, and Naphtali. We're gonna get verse 26. Verse 26. Wa Banya and the sons Zalapa. Zalapa of Zilpha. So I got of Zilpah. Shapaka. Sha. Pa. Ka. Shapaka. Handmaid. La'a. Leah. Leah's God is Gad. God. Wa. Ashar. And Asher. And Asher. Allah. Allah. Banya. So like these. Banya. The sons. Yaiqua. Jacob. Ashar. Which Yalad were born Lawa to him. Ba Padan Aram. Padan Aram. Padan Aram. In Padanaram. Padanaram. So in the English, Genesis 35:26. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padanaram. Now in the Hebrew, Wa Banya. Wa Banya. So by now y'all should know what Wa and Banya mean. And the sons, Zalapah, Zilpah, Shah, Pakath, handmaid, La'ah, Leah, Leah's, Gad, Wa, Ashar, and Asher. Alaha. So like Allah, these, Banya, the sons, Yaiqua, Jacob, Ashar, which Yalad were born, Lawa, to him. Right? Let me see something. Lawa. So La is to and Wa is him. Right? Lawa, to him. Ba is in, that's a preposition. So we have a preposition. So like that's a preposition and a proposition. So La means to, Wa is him. And we have a preposition, Ba means in. Right? These are consonants that mean to, him, in. Right? So Padan Aram. Padan Aram. So we're gonna go read these in the Blue Letter Bible. Blue Letter Bible. So we're gonna start off. We started off at verse 23. So verse 23 again. Sometimes right here where you see show vowel points, it'll be clicked. You want to uncheck it because if you see it has all these dots, right? We don't use that. We only use the consonants, and that's the imposters watered down version of our Hebrew. So you uncheck show vowel points, no vowel points, because there's no vowels in the Hebrew. And you want to use forward line. Forward line means that the way it's written, right to left, is the way you will see it here when it's translated. So you have banya, and the root word is bun, which means son. Banya is sons. La'ah, Leah. Bakawar, that's firstborn. Yaiquab, Jacob. Ra Aban, that's Reuben. Wa is a preposition, means and. Shammai one, that's Simeon. Wa, again, preposition, and. Laya, Levi. Wa, Yahawada, and Judah. Wa, Yashakar, and Issachar. Wa, Zabalawan, and Zebulun. Now, let's verse 24. Forward line, uncheck. Okay, come. So, Banya, the sons, Rakal, Rachel, Yawasa, Joseph, Wa, Banyanyan. Right, Wa, Ban, Ya, Man, Banyaman. But it's Banyanyam. You see it down here, Banyanyam. Benjamin. So we have Leah's children, verse 23, who are Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun. And then we have Rachel's children, which is Benjamin. So like Joseph and Benjamin. Verse 25. Verse 25. Wa Banya, and the sons. So y'all should know what Wa and Banya mean, right? And the sons, Balaha, Bilhah, Shapakath, handmaid or maid, Rakal, Rachel, Dan, that's Dan, Wa, Naphthalia, and Naphtali. Verse 26. Verse 26, Wa, Banya, and the sons, Zalapah, Zilpah, Shapakath, handmaid, La'ah, Leah's, Gad, Wa, Ashar, and Asher, Allah, these, Banya, the sons, Yaiquab of Jacob, Ashar, which Yalad were born. So we look at Yalad, H3205. It gives you different meanings. So Yalad is beget, right? Born, firstborn. Right, we're born. La wa. La is a preposition to mean to, and wa is a possessive to mean him. It means la has multiple meanings. So la could also mean for and to. And I think it has a third one. Let me check. I think it has a third meaning. Let me see if I find it. Bear with me real quick as I try to find. Here we go. It's just la is to or for as a preposition. And wa as a possessive means he, his, he, him, right? So la wa, ba is a preposition to mean in, and then also could mean on. So in Padan Aram, in Padan Aram. All right. So now I'm gonna bring it back to the board again. So, like your brother, you agree? What was it? Young Philly, you agree? You said exactly watered down version. Now you use Salaka. This is not to offend you, brother, right? But Shalom and Aki is a watered down version, right? You say Shalom Ak. That means peace, brother, right? Aki, that's the how do you say the Islamic way. I don't know if it means brother, but I hear them say it all the time. Aki, right? That's not our culture, right? We say it is Shalom Ak, right? Salaka, you agree with me where when I had mentioned something about being watered down with the vowels, right? Now, if you really truly want to learn, right? Ain't nothing wrong with accepting correction. Shalom Ak says, hello, I am an Edomite, a white man. I am so sorry for all that has been done. Where I serve the Israelites. I even do a virtual boot kiss or something. Right, Benjamin Robinson. You want to do something for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? Empty your bank account into our donation bucket. Right, we don't care about your boot kiss, but if you want to receive some type of mercy, just show up to camp. I don't know what zone you in, right? But in the meantime, empty your bank account into our donations, right? Give back everything your ancestors have stolen. Start off with that. If you truly, if you are sincere, don't be coming on the live trying to interrupt. All right, so these are the children of Jacob, which are the 12 tribes. So in the Hebrew, real quick, I'm gonna show you how to say 12 tribes. So it is Ha Shanya Ha Shanya Aishara Aishara Shabbat Yom Yasher Allah. Right. Ha Shanya I Shara Shabbat Yom Yashar Allah. Right? In the Assyrian, Ha Hashanya, Aishara, Shabbatyam, Ya Shar Yashar Allah. So in the English, this is the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Ha Shanya. That's Ha Shanya, Aishara, Shabbatyam, Yashar Allah. The 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Again, which is Yahweh in the Hebrew, Judah, who are the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Benjamin in the Hebrew, Benjamin, who are the so-called West Indians, Islanders, La Ya, in the Hebrew, La Ya, in the English, Levi, who are the so-called Haitians, Shammai one, who are in the English, Simeon, those are the so-called Dominicans. In the Hebrew, Zabalawan, Zebulon, the so-called natives of Guatemala down to Panama. Aparium. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. Gad, the so-called native Indians. Reuben, so-called Seminole Indians. Asher, Asher, the natives of Colombia down to Uruguay. Naphtali, natives from Argentina to Chile. Yashakar, Issachar, so-called Mexicans. Right? Let's see where we are with the time. Okay, we got some time. So let me get one verse. We're gonna go back to Genesis 30. Two more verses, and then so Genesis 36 and 36 and 9. Let me see. Do I want to start there? Genesis 36 and 9. Right, because we're talking about the sons of Jacob. Now I'm gonna go into the sons, one of the sons of Esau, right, who is a bastard, an imposter. So this is Genesis 36 and 9. Why Allah? And these Fa, hold on, let me see something. Fa means Fala da wa. Thaladawa. The generations Aisha. Esau. Abia. The father Adawam. Of the Edomites. Of the Edo. Of the Edomites. Ba Bahar. In Mount Shayar. Shahayar. Seer. So Genesis 36 and 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. Right. So breaking this down first, because this lets you know the context of what I'm about to go into. So in the Hebrew, Wa and Allah, these, so like a Faladwa, Aishai, so like a Faladwa, the generations, Aisha, Esau, Abia, the father, Adawam of the Edomites. Right? Edomite in the Hebrew is Adawam. Esau, Aisha, Ba, preposition, in, Har, Mount. That is the Har is mountain or hill. Mount. Ba, Bahar, in Mount. Shayar, Seer. Right? And the Lord in the book of Ezekiel, what is it, 35 and 2? Let me see, so look it real quick. Ezekiel 35 and 2. Ezekiel 35 and 2, son of man. Who is the son of man? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Set thy face against Mount Seir. So now we know that Esau, the father of the Edomites, dwells in Mount Seir. And the Bible says to so like son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Right? So so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you have to set your face against. Against means that you have to go to war. And I don't mean physically go to war. I mean, the scripture says spiritually. Right? We have to undo all the lies that the oppressor has pushed through the world, and we have to teach the truth against the lies. So we have to set our face against Mount Seir, who is Esau, the father of the Edomites. Now I'm going to show you one of his descendants. So we're going to go back to Genesis 36. And let me see what's 36 and I believe it's 16. No, Slovakia. Verse 12. (36 and 12). Right, so Genesis 36, 36 chapter just tells you, it goes down the line of Esau's generations, right? And verse 12, we're gonna get verse 12. Why? Thamanai. Why? Thamanai. and Timnah. And Timnah, Hayatha, Haya, Hayatha was Paya Lagash, Paya Lagash, Paya La Paya Lagash, concubine. Concubine, La, A, La Yapath, La Yapaz, Tu Eliphaz, La Alayapaz, Tu Eliphaz, Bun, son, Aisha, Esau, Esau's, Wa, Falad, and she bear, and she bear La, A, Alayapaz, Alayapaz, to Eliphaz, Ath, I Malak, I Malak, Amalek, Allah, these, Banya, the sons, the sons, Ida, of Ada, Ashath, wife, Aisha, Esau's. Esau. So in the English, Genesis 36 and 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. And she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. So Eliphaz is one of Esau's sons through his wife Adah, and Eliphaz bare Amalek. So Amalek is a direct descendant of Esau. Right? Who is Amalek today? Who is Esau? First of all, we already broke it down in the previous class, Genesis 25 and 25, that Esau is the progenitor, the forefather of the oppressor, the Europeans, right? And Amalek is the descendant, is one of the descendants, a grandson of Esau. Today, Amalek would be the so-called Jewish man, the small hat, right? The imposter. He is Amalek. So we're going to read it in the Hebrew. Wa Thamani. So like a Wa Thamni. And Timnah. Hayatha was Payalawas. Concubine. La preposition to Alayapaz. Eliphaz. Bun, son, Aisha, Esau's. Wa Falad, and she bare. The root word there is Yalad. Yalad is to bear. Right? The Wa Falad, and she bare. Let me see something. Okay, Khan. Falad, La, Tu, Alayapaz, Eliphaz, Ah. This is the direct object maker. I Malak, Amalek, Allah, these, Banya, the sons, Ida, of Ada, Ada, so like of Ada. Ashaf, wife, the root word is Asha. Asha is woman, wife. Asha, Aisha, Esau's. So I'm going to show you something about Amalek, right? Because going back a few years, right, when the war started out there in Palestine, the real Amalekites started to say that the Palestinians are Amalek because, what do they say? Because of their character, meaning that they love to go to war. But going to war is the imposters, right? The small hats, true nature, right? When you read in the Bible, you'll find out that they are They are actually the chief tribe of Esau's descendants, right? There's 12 tribes in the nation of Israel. The chief tribe was like not the well, they would be what Judah is to the 12 tribes, right? Amalek would be what Judah is to the 12 tribes. So Amalek or the imposter started to say that the Palestinians are Amalek. But I'm going to show you something, and shout out to Jim. So like, shout out to Captain Gadar. This is something that he showed. I can't recall when, but I ended up taking a screenshot, and I'm going to show you. Before you were able to Google Amalek in the when you Google Amalekites, this is what you will see. And now when you try to Google Amalekites, you don't see this no more. And I'm going to show you. So let me zoom it in. Let me do it like this. So this is in 2017. This is what Captain Gadar said. That in 2017, when you Google Amalekites, this is what you will see. And who is this? This is the imposter, the bastard that dwells in Ashdod. Amalek occurs in the Old Testament of the Bible and refers to a grandson of Esau. That's what we just read. The descendant nation of Amalekites and the territories of Amalek which they inhabited. Right? So now this is what you will see before when you used to Google Amalekites. Now, let me make it large so that way you can see, right? That's the imposter. And they always knew, right? But once the truth started to spring out, they hide it. They took this off the internet. And the water to Captain Gadar, he was wise enough to take a screenshot. And now we have this in our possession. And I'm going to Google this. Go to Google, and I'm going to show you that when you look up Amalek or Amalekite, you won't see that anymore. Let me turn this over. There we go. So Amalekites. So Amalekites. Right? So it doesn't even show you that no more. Let's see. You go to images. When you go to images, right? It just has painted images, but you won't see here the so-called. I'm gonna use that word just so we won't get flagged, but you don't see here the small hats, the imposters. You just see just pictures or paintings. Or when you go to all, it says the Amalekites were a nomadic tribe of people who were enemies of the Israelites in the Bible. They will tell you that. I forgot where I read, but somehow these people don't exist no more. What is this? I can't recall where I read it, but somewhere in here, when you keep reading, maybe it's in here. Let's see. Or maybe Amalek. Let me look up Amalek. Amalek. Salakia. Let me try to find. I can't recall where I saw it, but now when you look it up, it says that they don't know who Amalek is, right? That they because right the Most High told the Israelites to what's the biblical word that it used? Can't recall the biblical word that it used, but basically the Lord told the Israelites to do away with the Amalekites, and I can't recall where I read it, but in here someone when you read it, it says for that reason the Amalekites don't exist no more because the Israelites destroyed them. That's a lie. The Amalekites still exist. They are the imposters, the bastards that dwell in Ashdod, right? The small hats, that's them. And they are the chief tribe of Esau. Right, with that, I'm going to close the class. The water for tuning in. I'm going to get these security announcements. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10 means 10th. In the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocation. Salaki, let me turn this over. The upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of HaChanukkah, in the Hebrew, Chag HaChanukkah, which is, it falls on a Wednesday, December 25th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, war scarf. With that, the water to all the brothers, Shalom, Yabashim Shabakatah, Brakatam, to water to all the sisters, Yahweh Shamal Atam Bashim Yahushai, class dismissed.